What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? This is your boy Daryl Fletcher, Executive Director and founder of SOFA Ranch. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. We got another great hour to be with you tonight on our Monday Money Marathon. Guess what, guys? We are almost there to our $5,000. We want to turn that 4 into a 5. Want to turn that 4 into a 5. And we are getting live here on Instagram, TikTok, and even Facebook. Uh, Aspen, I see you in the backstage, but I need you to turn your camera on as you are about to get ready to join us. So, guys, we've been having a great day. We've raised over $1,000 today, actually, and so it's actually a good day. So, for anyone making a donation of $100, guess what? You're getting a T-shirt. Getting a T-shirt right here. All right, $100, you get the T-shirt. If you do donate $150, we got the Horses Healing the Hood book for you. And go ahead and go over to savesofaranch.org and we'll get that going for you. Let me turn that on real quick so you can have opportunity to see that. Once again, go over to Horses Healing. I'm sorry, savesofaranch.org and you'll get a free book if you donate over $150. And guess what? We got some other little Sofa Ranch things going on. So either if you donate $100, get a T-shirt or a little water bottle here, and courtesy of Sofa Ranch. I want to thank all our uh, donors that have donated thus far. We get ready to go down the list real quick and give a special shout out to a bunch of people who have donated. So we, like I said, we have raised today, as of today, well, just today alone, $1,000. Shout out to the donors. So I want to give a shout out to some of the people who have had the opportunity to give today. Let me get here. Let me get here. Save Sofa Ranch. Here we are. Here we are. Save Sofa Ranch. Hold on. Let me get into this uh, back office here. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? All right. Hold on. Transactions. There we go. Good. All right. So who we got so far? Shout out to Stacy Taylor. No, Stacy Trailer for a $55 gift for saving Sofa Ranch. Shout out to Stacy Trailer. Thank you for Joyce Barrett. $100 donation. Thank you so much. Zayna Smith. Thank you, dollar. Thank you, darling, for a $100 donation. Stephanie Farr. Stephanie Farr. Thank you. Thank you for your donation. No, not Wanda Smith. Who's that? Tony Dawkins. Tony Dawkins, thank you for your $30 donation. Tia McGee, thank you so much for your $25 donation. Let's see who we got. Tamiko Conley. Don't know who you are, but thank you so much. Chantel Lundy. Thank you so much. We definitely appreciate Chantel. That's DJ's mom. That's DJ mom. Shout out to DJ. Oh, I got to tell the story of DJ this hour. Got to tell the story of DJ this hour. Thank you so much for giving your donation today. Lakeisha Maddox. That's who was that? That's Josiah's mom. Thank you for your donation. Yvonne Williams, thank you for your donation. Denisha Thompson, thank you for your donation. Lexis Matthews, thank you for your donation. Angela Murphy, shout out to Angela Murphy. Thank you so much for your donation. Phyllis Perry. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We thank you so much for your donation. Raisha 10, thank you for your donation. And Leah Brown, those are all the people who gave today. So shout out to the people who are giving, man. We are doing this thing live at the ranch, and we are raising money to save Sofa Ranch. So I want to talk about some statistics here in just a minute. Here's first statistic. A minority-led nonprofit filling the gap, Sofa Ranch represents a voice that is often underfunded and overlooked. Black-led uh, nonprofits deliver uniquely culturally relevant program in equine assisted therapy. So that's why it is so important to the work that we do here. A lot of times, as a minority-owned and minority-led, and on those who serve minority uh, nonprofits, we don't get the funding that we should get. We normally get 70% less than the average nonprofit that is not led by minorities. And so it's important that we once again make sure that we support those who are supporting us. And it is so important that we make sure that we do that. So thank you and shout out to all those givers. We want to turn this 4 into a 5. See that 4 right there? We want to turn that 4 into 5. If you want to give by Cash App, you go ahead and you can go ahead and give by Cash App, $Sofa Ranch, $Sofa Ranch, and we want to make sure that you get an opportunity to do that. So, in addition to that, guess what, guys? We got some nice little bags, and we got a whole bunch of colors here. You pick the color. We got black. No, we don't have a lot of black. Sorry. We do not have a lot of black. I think we only got one black. So there's only one black. We got a lot of orange. We got we got this color green. We got some lime green. Hold on. We got some whites. We got some blues. So yeah, if you give a $120 donation, guess what? We'll send these one of you as our form of saying thank you to giving to Save the Sofa Ranch campaign. $120 get you a nice little souvenir bag from Sofa Ranch. So let me get into this story. Like I said, I was going to talk about with DJ. So DJ and his brother Jojo were two young men that were in my first internship program. First internship program here at Sofa Ranch. I'm gonna bring you in, Aspen, but I need you to turn your camera on for me. So the year was 2021, I believe, 2021. I met this awesome young lady, and she said, "Man, I got these two boys, and they're getting to the teenage years, and I don't want them, you know, getting into any trouble." They had just moved to the Georgia area, and I said, "I'll take them as interns for the summer." and they work with me. And actually, I tell the story in the book. So go ahead and give a $150 donation to Sofa Ranch, and you can learn more about this story. But long story short, these two young men, we taught them what we call the 6 P's of success: passion, purpose, planning, preparation, process, and persistence. And these young men have gone on to be join the military. One is in Delaware right now. The other one is in Middle Georgia. And we were able to impact those young men's life because taught them how to ride. We taught them some leadership skills. We taught them some life skills and decision making skills. And it was a wonderful, wonderful thing in order to help them get through maneuvers to life. Aspen, I'm gonna need you to turn your face towards the camera and not look. There you go. That's what we, that's what we need there, buddy. That's what we need there. What'd you say? Yeah, and they came back this past summer to ride. They brought a couple of their friends. They brought their dad out here, and we had an awesome, awesome time. So shout out to JoJo and DJ. I really appreciate you guys. Coming up, guys, I'm getting ready to bring him on camera. Those of you who are on TikTok, you don't necessarily have the opportunity to see him, but if you go over to our Facebook page on Sofa Ranch or Stretch Out on Faith Again Ranch, or go over to our page on Instagram, you'll be able to hear from this particular young man. This young man, has been with us about maybe 8 or 9 months now. 8 or 9 months, going on almost a year. Aspen, it's been a year. It's, that's right. It's been a year. It's been a year. It's been a year, Aspen. So let's bring you on camera, man. I need you to talk bold and talk strong. Let's bring you on, buddy. Hey, man, what's happening with you, man? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
All right, excellent, man. So tell the people what age you are. Tell them we already know your name, Aspen, but tell them your age, what school you go to, and we'll talk a little bit more about yourself, man.
I'm Aspen, and I go to New Manchester High School.
New Manchester. Pew, 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 pew. Shout out to New Manchester in what's that, Douglas County? Is that Douglas County or Cobb County?
It's Douglas.
That's Douglas County. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit about Aspen, and then I'll let him talk to you guys a little bit as well. He'll answer some questions. So Aspen came to us. Aspen, you were 13 or 14 when you first got out here.
I was 14.
14, you're 15 now?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Aspen came out here kind of shy, kind of laid back, real cool, did his thing. And man, Aspen wanted to ride bad. He wanted to ride real bad. And it seemed like every horse we were putting Aspen on, he was having a little difficulty, having a little challenge. Sometimes he would get on, be confident, and then the confidence dies. But Aspen, I want you to talk to us about some of the things that you've been able to learn with your time here at Sofa Ranch, and some of the things that you've been able to do for yourself. So share a little bit about that.
Okay, so when I first came out to SOFA, I was like really shy,
Mm-hmm.
and like basically all the horses that you would put me on, I would be scared of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But as I progressed in time,
Mm-hmm.
there were two horses that I felt connected with,
Mm,
but I was scared of them at first. But
mm-hmm.
as I bonded with them,
Mm-hmm.
they became my two favorites.
Wait, you got two favorites now. You got two favorites. What are these horses' name, man? What are these horses' name?
Wisdom and Valor.
Wisdom and Valor. So yeah, man. So one thing about Aspen is a roper. He's mean with that lasso, man. He is mean when we do our horses healing the hood campaigns, or we bring kids out to the ranch. Aspen is typically one of the ones that leads that particular class. Why do you like roping and lassoing so much?
Since I was young, it
Mhm.
was just one of those things that I just wanted to learn to do. So once I started at y'all's ranch and
Mhm.
I saw y'all had dummies, so I picked up a rope for the first time.
Mhm.
And ever since then, I just wanted to start learning more about it.
And man, you mean with that rope, buddy. You mean with that rope, buddy. And so with that, what are some of the things that you have seen and learned about yourself when you're working with the horses?
Um, I became more brave.
You became more brave. I like that. I like that. Aspen said he became more brave. Now, what what were you afraid of in the beginning, if you don't mind me asking?
Like in the horses or just in general?
Just in general. Actually, I would like to know both. What were you afraid of um in the beginning, with the horses and in general?
With the horses, I just had a fear that they would buck me off or something.
Okay, okay. And
I
what
was
about in
afraid I would
general?
get bit or something. But
Okay. And how were you able to overcome that fear?
time, I'd say.
You said time, time.
Hmm.
And how have you been able to translate what you have learned at Sofa Ranch to your everyday life, at school or at home? What are some of the things that you've been able to that you've learned from Sofa Ranch to put in your everyday life?
Um, I found myself being more confident.
Mm,
So at school, when I have to present projects and stuff,
mhm.
I find myself more confident about that.
Okay. And so I think you were with us during the summer camp when we were doing the verbal presentations, how to stand flat footed, how to communicate, how to articulate. How did that feel
Hmm.
for you, in the beginning versus even now?
At the beginning, I was just very nervous, and even now, I still am a little nervous, but it's gotten better.
Gotten better. Excellent, man. Man, you know what? Aspen represents a portion of our community where everybody ain't gonna be an all-star athlete. Everybody ain't gonna be, this or that. But wherever you find your niche, you can grow, you can expand, you can use that what you have been given. And we try to provide that atmosphere. For those of you who don't know, I am a retired youth pastor. I work with kids for over 30 years. And I saw young men like Aspen coming in and out of church, getting the opportunity to be put in the judicial system. And I really thought that what if there was a way that we didn't get these guys to juvenile hall and jail and give them an environment where they could learn about horses and learn life skills, and we could teach them life skills. And that's really one of the things that I mean, like Aspen, I had to tell you the other day, man, you made me real proud. Number one, you led a trail ride. And, that's one of the things that we teach the young men how to do. We teach them how to lead. But I don't know if this was a trail ride or if it was just y'all went out and to the on the trail by yourselves. And when I tell you, man, you came back hot dogging on Valor, man, that I don't know if I got a video of it, but man, you made me proud because I'm gonna tell you guys, Valor was one of the horses that gave Aspen one of his biggest problems and challenges, man. He would try to get on Valor, and Valor would be uneasy and be like, Aspen was like, "Nah, I ain't riding today." And then I would push Valor. I mean, I would push Aspen. I'd be like, "Hey, man, I'm not letting you off the hook." Were there ever days that you were mad at me that I was pushing you real hard?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Talk to us about those days that I was pushing you and pushing you to be a better rider and even a better young man. How did that make you feel?
I was really upset about it, but
Mhm.
looking at it today,
Uh-huh.
that I became a better writer because of
Mhm.
you,
Uh-huh.
I feel good about it.
All right, cool, man. Hey, no more gentle parenting, guys. Not just playing. But what I really mean is like sometimes we gotta be pushed. Sometimes we got to be pushed into that place of greatness. We got to be pushed into that great place of where we think that, hey man, this is too hard or this is too much. And in reality, when we are pushed, we can be pushed to greatness. When we are pushed, when we provide an atmosphere for young men like Aspen and your sidekick Franklin, uh, text Franklin and see if text Franklin to see if he can get on here. But
I'll text him.
yeah, if we can just push these young men to greatness, it's not about breaking their spirit. It's not about punishing them. What it is about challenging them to the level of greatness that we all want to see. If it was easy, everybody would do it. And if it was okay and passive, then it wouldn't be challenging and it wouldn't be great. And so we have to make sure that I want to put this real quick on the screen, that we provide a safe haven for youth at SOFA Ranch that provides a safe and supportive environment where children can build confidence, resilience, character through hands-on interactions with horse. Franklin, I see you in the waiting room. I'm gonna need you to turn your camera on. Make sure you got some good lighting. We're gonna bring you in here in just a second. But that's the type of environment that we provide for young people and even adults at Sofa Ranch. So we want to make sure that we are saving Sofa Ranch in an environment so we can prepare this next generation. This next generation needs us. It needs places like Sofa Ranch where they can learn, grow, heal, build confidence, resilience, and character through the interaction of the approach that we use here at Sofa Ranch. Franklin, I need you to put that camera on so I can bring you on camera, buddy. I see you in the waiting room, but your camera's not on. So make sure y'all, and I know y'all know that once y'all jump on,
Mr.
y'all
Daryl.
buddy gonna want to jump on. Y'all know who I'm talking about. So so
He said
we
he's in the car.
he in the car. Who in the car?
Hmm.
Franklin?
Franklin.
All right, Franklin. Can you talk, Franklin? Let's see if we can get you on here real quick. Hold on. You in the car? All right. Franklin, can you hear us, man? Franklin, where you at, man? Unmute your phone.
I forget.
Say what?
Hello?
What's up, man?
I can't hear nothing.
You can't hear nothing. Can you hear me?
Hold on, I'm gonna join back. I can't hear nothing.
You're gonna all right. Wait till you get home to join, man. You messing up my broadcast around here. But um, so Aspen, if it was one thing that you can tell another young person, if it was just one thing that you can tell another young person about riding horses or learning about horses, what would that one thing be to encourage them or inspire them?
I would tell them just to be brave.
Hmm. Be brave. All right, now we got to break that down. What does be brave look like? What is
Face your
let me
fears.
okay, let me rephrase that question. What does being brave look like for Aspen? What does being brave look like for Aspen?
Not being scared.
Not being scared. All right, cool, man. I y'all just don't know the leaps and bounds that this young man has had the opportunity to overcome and work through. Because like he said, there were days that he didn't like me. There were days that he was mad. There were days that he felt like I was probably pushing him too hard. And he was like, because he would not Frank, but Aspen would want to get off, and I'd be like, no, stay on. Or there would be days where he wanted to use the mountain block. I'm like, no, don't use the mountain block. You're not gonna have the mountain block when you go to a competition, or you're not gonna have the mountain block when you out there on the trail. If you get off that horse, you're gonna have to learn how to get back on. And I pushed him and worked with him and worked with him. And this brother hop on and hop off the horse like nobody's business now, and I love to see your progress. I just want to tell you publicly and personally, man, that I'm truly proud of your progress and truly proud of the way you've been handling yourself around here. You come here almost every Saturday. You help around the barn. You help people get the horses ready. And I'm truly proud and I truly appreciate the young man you're turning into. And it's really an honor to watch it happen and unfold. All right. So we're gonna get you out of here, man. We'll get Franklin back in here. I know you're gonna holler at your boy Kerry in just a minute, but tell Kerry he got to do a little bit more growing before we get him online. But guys, thank you guys so much. I'll let you know when I'll hit you back in just a minute. Guys, I want you to take that's just for one representation of one story that we have here at Sofa Ranch. Last year alone, we served over 700 young people in our Horses Healing the Hood program. Speaking of Horses Healing the Hood, I want you to go over to uh, savesofaranch.org. When you make a gift of $150 or more, you get a free book, free signed copy of Horses Healing the Hood. If you want to make a donation through Cash App, you can. All you have to do is hit $ Sofa Ranch, and we'll make sure that that donation gets to its right place. So once again, hey, we got these bags over here. $120 gift. You get you a little nice little bag, and we want to make again, once again, mention that we want to turn this 4 into a 5. Let's go ahead and make sure that happens. We're halfway there. We just need 5 more people to give $100 gift. If you're listening to me on TikTok right now, go ahead and go over to savesofaranch.org so you'll have an opportunity to give and be a part of this extra movement. Now, let me tell y'all something. When this thing pop off and we save Sofa Ranch, we're gonna have a nice little celebration. But to the people who were doubting, to the people that didn't believe, I want to make sure that you see what's going on in action. Somebody said, "Hey, Mr. Darrell on TikTok." Who was that? Hey, Danny, can you jump on? Danny, can you jump on? I know Danny is one of our she's a volunteer. She's been a client. She's been a whole bunch of other stuff. What's up, Carrie? How you doing over there, buddy? Danny, if you can jump on, let me know, and I'll have Miss Sharon get you the link if you want to jump on real quick and kind of share your story and how Sofa Ranch has impacted your life. We would love to do that. Can you get on? Can you get on? Let me know yes or no. Yes or no. Danny, can you get on? Yes or no? Just let me know, and we'll make sure that you get on the line and you'll have an opportunity to share your story. She says, "Yes, give me a minute." All right, I'll give you a minute. Make sure you come back on and tell me when you're ready. Matter of fact, I'll just get the link over to you right now. And Sharon, can you get Danny the link? And when you're ready, Danny, we'll get you to hop back on. So while we do that, guys, while we're waiting for Danny, I want to make sure that you uh um we're gonna share Aspen's story in video form. Go ahead and watch this, guys.
Meet Aspen. When Aspen first came to Sofa Ranch, he was a shy 14-year-old boy. He kept his head down, spoke softly, and carried himself like someone who wasn't sure of his own place in the world. Like many young men navigating adolescence, confidence didn't come easy. Then he met Wisdom and Valor, two of our horses who seemed to understand exactly what Aspen needed. Day after day, he learned to care for them, guide them, and most importantly, trust himself. Slowly, something beautiful began to happen. Aspen's shoulders lifted, his voice grew stronger, and his quiet smile turned into real joy. Today, Aspen isn't just the shy boy we first met. He's leading trail rides with confidence, helping other kids learn, and stepping into his own strength as a young man. Horses like Wisdom and Valor helped him discover not just horsemanship, but resilience, courage, and emotional growth. Aspen's story is why Sofa Ranch matters, and it is why we cannot let the gates of Sofa Ranch close. If we lose this ranch, we lose the chance to help more boys like Aspen find their confidence, their voice, and their future. Help us keep our gates open. Donate a minimum of $100 today and save Sofa Ranch. Together, we can create more stories like Aspen's.
It's so awesome to see these stories live and in action, man. Y'all got a chance to meet Aspen in person, and I really, like I said, I'm really proud of that young man and the progress that he's been able to do. Guys, we have been doing this all day. This is our maybe 6 hour. We started at 1 o'clock and a little bit late. We wanted to start it at 12, but we had some technical difficulties. But we want to make sure that we turn this 4 into a 5 before our next segment. So we need you to get $100 and share. If you've given $100 already, inspire, motivate, challenge a friend or whomever to go ahead and give as well. We as a community must stick together, must come together, and be make sure that we are in the proper place and supporting one another. We see so many things going on in our community, so many different school shootings, so many different mass shootings, and we want to make sure that Sofa Ranch is around to make sure that we can be a catalyst and also a defense mechanism for these young men where they don't have to resort to violence. They don't have to resort to killing themselves. They don't have to resort to trying to hurt others. That they can find a place of healing. They can find a place of peace. They can find a place that will help them grow and help them become the man that they need to be. And so it's so important that you go over to savesofaranch.org because of reduced funding, because of loss of grants, because of refusal of grants. We have been put in a financial gap, and Sofa Ranch has been doing its best to fill that financial gap. But we are right now at a place where we can no longer fill that gap by ourselves. We have exasperated our our uh, what do you call that stuff? Uh, Savings, uh, retirement, everything else. Danny, I see you. I'm getting ready to bring you in. So it's important that we make sure that programs like Sofa Ranch stay on tap. Danny is in the building, guys. What's up, Danny? How we doing today? It's been a long time to see you, baby. Turn your volume up. I can't hear you. Turn your volume up. I still can't hear you. Something going on. Yeah, hold on one second. All right, hold on. We holding. We don't need no dead space around here. Hold on. Let's make sure that we. Oh, come on, come on.
All right, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, but now I can't see you. So we need to
I'm
do
coming
both.
back. I was coming back. I just had to get
All right.
ready.
Do me a favor, Danny. Turn your phone sideways so we can get a
Okay.
full screen on you, and then
That
that
better?
way, turn your ratio. Make sure it's locked. Your ratio may be locked. No, they're still putting you sideways.
Where we at?
All right, don't worry about it. We work with what we got. Hey, Danny, how you doing?
I'm good, Mr. Darrell. How you doing?
When is graduation?
I graduated in May.
You graduated in May. All right, Danny.
So
I'm going to give a brief introduction about who you are. Danny is a young lady that has been working with Sofa Ranch for probably going on about 2 years. And she started out as a equine assisted therapy client. Then she started volunteering, and she's been working and going to school and still coming out. And are you in Brunswick or are you in Atlanta right now?
I'm in Brunswick at the moment. I'll be back in Atlanta this weekend.
Okay, so yeah, she travels, but no matter where she goes in the world, she doesn't forget about Sofa Ranch. And I just want you to share some of your testimony. If there's a story that kind of sticks out to you of your time and your experiences at Sofa Ranch, I would deeply appreciate you sharing some of those things that you have had an opportunity to experience at Sofa Ranch.
Sure. So I'd say, yeah, I've been here for 2 years and you definitely went from a volunteer to wanting to be an equestrian very quickly. I'd say the thing that shifted me was one of my first riding lessons with Mr. Darrell when I've always been afraid to go too fast on anything, a car, a bike, anything. So the first time Mr. Darrell was making me canter on Grace, and the first time he ever told me to cowgirl up, and and he let me know that I was literally I was holding myself back from being able to do something that I had always wanted to do just based on fear when I had never even fallen before to be afraid of falling. And it kind of allowed me to start putting things into perspective. So, along with my writing lessons, I had a few events in my life that Mr. Darrell helped me work through. And after one of my events, one of my situations, Mr. Darrell called me in for a therapy session. And my therapy session consisted of me cleaning Grace for like an hour. And I cleaned Grace as best as I could. I used every tool we had in the barn. I picked up hooves. I was sweeping. I was brushing, and he came out and he said, "Well, you did good, but she's not perfect." But that's because nothing is going to be fixed in one day. And it kind of made me realize that even though we try to tackle problems or we try to put problems on the back burner to work through them for the time being, there's nothing that I personally can heal within myself without effort and consistency. And it applies to not only the horse world but my everyday life.
Mm.
I'm in nursing school, so I take that with me still to this day. The cowgirl up and the day by day, the efforts. Mr. Darrell's really big on having you journal and not necessarily compartmentalize, but organize your thoughts in order to be effective. And I feel like that makes me even better when I ride horses because I think more technically now. And that's
Mm.
just with everything.
Wow, wow, man, you gonna make me cry over here. You're gonna make me cry over here, man. I really appreciate you sharing that. And so you kind of alluded to it, but let's talk about some of your everyday life experiences that horses have given you the opportunity to uh, change and impact. What does that look like for you on a daily basis where you're quote unquote having to cowgirl up and some of the things that you've learned at the ranch?
So overall, just confidence and willingness to try things that I haven't tried before and not letting fear get in the way of greatness. Um,
Oh, wait. That's a bar right there. That is a bar. For those of you who are on TikTok that didn't hear her, she said, not letting fear get in the way of your greatness. That is, that is a bar, man. That is crazy because it's so understandable. All right, that's enough. It's so like that we let fear stop us so much. Like I don't know if you were listening earlier today when I was on with my daughter, and so a couple of weeks ago experienced a personal setback, and I needed a therapist, and I
Mhm,
went to go see some counselors and some other different people to help me get through. But I had to realize that fear was really my ultimate opponent.
mhm,
I told my mom that I was afraid of experiencing another setback because I was actually afraid that if I experience another setback, I don't know how Imma handle it.
mhm,
And that's a fact for a lot of people where you experience setback after setback after setback, and then there's that one setback that you're like, "You know what? I can't take this no more."
valid.
That's how I was feeling. I mean, for those who know me, for the most part, I'm pretty even keel. Don't let too many things bother me. But I had been experiencing setback after setback after setback, and this one was probably what you call the straw that breaks the camel's back.
Mhm,
But I could not allow fear to get in the way of my greatness. I couldn't allow fear to get in the way of connecting with people like Danny,
mhm,
cheering on and coaching people like Aspen and Franklin and so many others that we have had an opportunity to connect with and impact with. And it's because of that, even my wife, she was like, when I'm just I was crashing out, guys, if I could use that term today.
mhm,
My wife was like, "Yo, what about Franklin? What?" She's like, what are we gonna tell Franklin? What are we gonna tell Aspen? What are we gonna tell all the kids that you've been able to help?" And in that moment, guys, I'm honest to tell you, I ain't care. I ain't care. But after I got through that moment, I was like, you know what? She was right. She was right. My life is bigger than my mistakes, my challenges, and my setbacks. And your life is bigger than your challenges, your mistakes, and your setbacks. And
mhm,
it's so important that we don't allow those things to take us out. Because if we allow those things to take us out, then we don't have the opportunity to have a success story or a victory story.
Mhm.
So you're getting ready to graduate in you said May,
Yes, sir.
and what will you be graduating with?
I will have my associates in science of nursing. I'll be a registered nurse.
A registered nurse. Shout out to oh well, that's the wrong one. Shout out to having a registered nurse. All right, so we need so you know Hannah,
Hmm.
right? So
Yes.
Hannah just started. She finished at Georgia State. She's a registered nurse working at I don't know, somewhere in Coweta. But
Hmm.
she was just out here this past weekend, and shoot, we need to get some more nurses on tap here at Sofa Ranch, and make sure that we keep the people alive, and keep the people safe. My mom is a retired registered nurse, so
Hmm.
nurses always have a near and dear place in my heart. So definitely appreciate you there. Before I let you get out of here, is there if there was one thing that you would be able to share with those who are contemplating on giving, because I've seen you've already given, and thank you so much for your gift. Want to challenge you to get some families and friends to give. But if there was one thing that you would say to somebody that was thinking about giving or just challenged to give, what would be that one thing be, or what would that one thing say? What would that one thing you would say to those who were saying, you know what, I don't know if I should give or not? What would that one thing be?
I would say that this ranch in particular saves lives, and it pushes for perseverance and continuity. But it's inside of and outside of the arena. Mr. Darrell works very hard to not only provide resources to those who are underserved, but also to ensure that all of us who reach out to him and connect with him can consistently maintain healthy mental spaces. There's been times where I've called Mr. Darrell crying for things after not even being at the ranch for months at a time. And he has been able to speak life into situations where I felt that life didn't have any possibility of existing anymore. I think that it's more than what some people, the people that are doubting or second guessing, may think that it is. The therapy sessions are truly healing. We teach children how to interact with not only themselves but their peers through their actions and reflections of the horse's interactions with them. And I think that overall it builds you spiritually just as much as it does physically. And when
Mm,
you're built fit spiritually, physically, and mentally, that's when you become unstoppable. So
mm,
just invest. You're not just investing into a ranch, you're investing into the livelihood of a lot of people.
I don't think I could have said that any better. I
Mhm.
really couldn't. I mean, I truly appreciate those kind words, because it's people like you that help me and motivate me to continue to give what I give. There are
Mhm.
days that I do want to give up. There are days that I do want to just be like, all right, man, let's sell all these horses and go somewhere. But
Yeah.
I can't. I
Mhm.
can't. And I'm challenged to do things like this, because
It's
it's important that people like Danny, people like Aspen, people like Franklin, Hannah, these are just just to name a few people that have either volunteered or participated at the ranch, and we have impacted their life.
mhm.
I don't want to have another story where someone has the opportunity to come out here and get some help, and we're not here.
Mhm.
I don't want to have the story of shoulda, coulda, woulda. And like I said earlier in one of the broadcasts today, I had somebody say, "Well, if I had $1 million, I'd give it to you." I'm not asking you for $1 million. I'm
Mhm.
asking you for 100. That's really what I'm asking for. 100. We got 11,000 people on TikTok. We got 5,000 people on Facebook. We got 8,000 people on Instagram. If everybody gives, who everybody who like and share and whatever we do, gave $100, I can get off this line right now. We can go on about our
Mhm.
business, and we can start building the doggone Ride Strong Center to do more, even greater work.
Mhm.
But let's not talk about what you could do. Let's talk about what you can do. If you can't give $100, give 10, 20, 30, 50. Who's that up there? Last person gave 55. Thank you, Stacy. Thank you, Stacy. We really appreciate it. She couldn't give the full 100. No problem. She gave 55. She gave what she can. And we appreciate it. Because guess what? 55 is better than nothing.
Mm.
And so at the end of the day, we want to make sure that we stay around. And as we stay around and be around, we want to make sure that we impact lives, more lives like Danny, see them matriculate through college, see them matriculate through their career, help them through a variety of challenges, whether it be through mental health, physical health, emotional health, whatever it may be. We want to make sure that Sofa Ranch is here to stay, to be in the lives of people. And guess what? Once we get this Georgia thing popping, y'all know what's next. We going where the money
Everywhere with
reside, where the money reside. Not just play. Nah, but yeah, we just don't want to be in one state, guys. We don't want to be in one state. We want to go and expand this particular program, but we can't do it without your support. So why don't you go over to savesofaranch.org. Make sure that you give a gift. If you can't give $100, give what you can, and we'll make sure that it gets uh, placed in the right department so we can make sure that Sofa Ranch gates stay open and we continue to impact lives. Guys, I'm getting ready to get up out of here, but I so much appreciate you guys present. Danny, Aspen, thank you guys so much. I'm coming back at 9:30. We're coming back at 9:30, guys, and we'll have an opportunity to do this thing again, and we'll bring some more live testimonies from people who have been impacted by Sofa Ranch through Sofa Ranch. Once again, $120 gift, get you a little bit bag. $100 gift, go ahead and get you a little what you call it? Water bottle. $150 gift, go ahead and get you a book. $100, go and get you a t-shirt. Wait a minute, we got Franklin coming in the building. Franklin got a little bit of light. Franklin got this little light of mine. I'm gonna let it
Hey,
shine.
Franklin.
Oh,
Hey,
this
Miss
little light
Danny.
of mine. Franklin in the building. All right, Franklin, I was about to get off. But you saved the day. Franklin, can you hear me, man?
Yes.
Hey, Aspen, get back on in here real quick. Hey, so Franklin, for those of you who don't know, Franklin was one of my first students back in 2021. Back in 2021, Franklin was one of my first students. He didn't want to ride. I don't want to say he didn't want to ride, but he was afraid to ride. And him being afraid to ride, we really challenged him. Franklin, were there days that you were mad at me because how I challenged you?
Some days.
Some days you was mad at me. Everybody was mad at me.
Mm.
Everybody. But let me tell you something. I'll push you to greatness, man. Because guess what? There ain't no horse that Franklin can't ride. Franklin just did a rodeo this past weekend. Got a good time. Tell the people what your time was, Franklin.
It was 25-2.
25-2. Now, guess what? That ain't what I told him he needed 22, but guess what? We gonna work on it. But his last time was like a minute, so he didn't even get a time. But Franklin, I want you to go ahead and introduce yourself to the people. Tell them who you are. Tell them a little about yourself, and just what's one great memory that you have about Sofa Ranch.
So my name is Franklin Hurd. I started Sofa Ranch in 2020. When I first started, I was afraid. I didn't like riding. But once Mr. Darrell started teaching us, I started to learn and I started to gradually liking it. And it was like difficult for me because I was smaller and I was not really used to it. But then once I started getting used to it, I started building my confidence. When I started building my confidence, I was more open to speaking with people because when I first started, I was not liking to speak to anybody. But now when I go out in the open world, I like to speak to everybody. I like to be open and I like that quality. One good memory that I have of Sofa Ranch is spending every Saturday with everyone and bringing in customers and just having fun with the people that come and volunteer with me and bringing enjoyment to the customers' faces.
Oh man. Hey man, you making me proud over here. Don't make me cry, boy. Please don't make me cry. I'm trying to keep it all together. No, but I mean, Franklin, like he said, man, he was a little short for his stature, a little short guy. But I Franklin, what's one thing I always tell you?
Um, we find solutions, not excuses.
Exactly, my friend. We find solutions, not excuses. So Frank was short, right? Let me give you a quick story. So Frank was short, and he had to put up the what you call those things there? The halters and bridles. And I put them up high so they wouldn't hang and hang on the ground. So he thought that I was trying to be funny because I'm tall. And it had nothing to do with me being tall. It just had to be the fact if I put it up high, I get more space and stuff don't drag on the ground. So he was like, Mr. Darrell, it's too high for me. I can't get up there. And I told Franklin, I said, we find solutions, not excuses. And he looked at me and he probably wanted to cuss me out that day. But he was like, man. So Franklin went and got him a stool, stood on top of the stool, put the stool up, and I said, that's it. Find a solution. Don't look for an excuse.
Mhm.
And so Franklin are you still on the robotics team or you've gone on from the robotics team?
No, I'm done with the robotics team.
You're done with the robotics team. What about you still swimming?
Yes,
What about track? You running track?
yes.
Okay, so Franklin has gone on to run track, be a part of the swimming team. Franklin, where has swimming taken you across this country? What's some of the places you've been when it comes to the swim team?
Florida, Auburn, Columbus, Alabama, San Diego, Iowa. It's a lot.
This man has traveled the country as a great swimmer. Now, I'm not going to say that I did it because I had nothing to do with that. But I've helped build his confidence. I will say that. And we have challenged this young man over and over. And over, he has risen to the challenge to say, you know what? I can do this. And it's stories like this, stories like Danny, Aspen, Franklin, that we got to continue. That Franklin is the junior leader, junior counselor for the summer camp. How many summer camps you done with me, Franklin? 4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, no,
So
no,
Franklin,
no. I did 5.
5.
No,
5.
no. It
I
might
think
be
it's 4.
4.
I think it's 4. But Franklin has been my junior leader at every summer camp. Now that first one I had to get on him because he was acting like a camper. I was like, Franklin, you ain't here to play, buddy. You here to lead. And after that, Franklin became more assertive. He became more articulate, and he has stepped into that leadership role. And Franklin represents the stories that we want to continue to have here at Sofa Ranch. There's another Franklin out there that hasn't met me yet. Franklin, you want to be a lawyer, right? Or you still you don't know yet?
I want to be a lawyer. Yeah, I want to be a lawyer.
Okay, cool. No problem. Hey, you still young, may change your mind. But at any given rate, it's just one of those things that Franklin represents an area of our population where we need to pour into this next generation. Franklin has great parents. Franklin has, a good support system. And there are some young men out there who don't have a good support system, who don't have great parents. And we want to be able to pour into those young people on a day-to-day basis here at Sofa Ranch. And so thank you, Franklin, for being able to get on tonight. Aspen, I want to thank you for being able to get on tonight. Danny, thank you so much for being able to get on tonight because you guys represent the impact that we want to have within our community. Nobody is coming to save us. We have to be able to save ourselves. And Sofa Ranch wants to be that catalyst, wants to be that olive branch, wants to be that resource for young men and young women where they can go learn life skills, learn how to ride horses, learn how to connect with horses, learn how to build their confidence. It was one thing that everybody said in this broadcast tonight: confidence. Horses help you build confidence. And if you have a young child, a young man, a young woman that is struggling with their confidence, let's make sure Sofa Ranch stays open so that you can send them here and that we have the opportunity for them to learn, grow, heal, and expand. Franklin, I'm gonna turn this back over to you. If there's one thing that you would say to somebody that was listening tonight about Sofa Ranch and why it's so important to give, what's that one thing, sir?
I think it's important to give because again, this is where places where people build memories. This is where people build confidence. This is where people build their social skills. Because again, a lot of people in this world that we live in today, in my generation, we really don't communicate with each other, and I think that that's something we need to work on. And I think this is a great place that we can start at.
Oh, I could have said it better myself, man. I couldn't have said it better myself, man. Hey, man. Don't make me cry up in here. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna be back at the 9:30 hour. I gotta take a break, but I want you to guys like and share this video. Please go over to savesofaranch.org and we'll have the opportunity to impact the lives and continue to impact the lives more and more as we go further. We have a goal to reach, and I know that goal maybe look like a lot, but guess what? If everybody does their part, and guess what? Teamwork makes the dream work. Guys, we're getting ready to get up out of here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I truly appreciate you guys. Good night. And y'all make sure y'all do your homework, and I'll talk to y'all later.
Bye, Mr. Darrell. Okay.